What's up guys, Omni here. You guys know how it goes, another day, another video. Last night I tweeted I sleep. What recent news, topic, tweets, videos you want me to talk about tomorrow? Hey guys, today is, what's today? Thursday, August the 29th? Yeah, I think I remember how to count the days. And yeah, we've got a lot to talk about today with a lot of high profile people. We finally got Dogpack's third video on MrBeast talking about how the COO and the CEO of his company might be terrible people. I'll tell you all about it. Logan Paul is currently being sued by the freaking Olympics committee and like 2 other companies. H3H3 is currently under fire thanks to this now deleted clip where it seems like he might have been mistreating his employees a little bit while live on air and more. So yeah, just a quick reminder guys, if you guys have been enjoying the series, I've been dropping a whole bunch of videos for you guys because I love you guys. If you don't mind, could you subscribe to the channel? That would be really cool. And if you already subscribed, if you could just drop a like on the video, that would be great as an attendance record. So let me know that you guys are enjoying what we're doing here. Let's get into today's topic. So guys, Dogpack404 has officially dropped the third video, but it's not quite what you might be expecting. In case you guys don't know what's happening, here's the quick TLDR. MrBeast is currently under fire by like the entirety of the internet, okay? His entire character, his company, and everything is being scrutinized and combed with a fine-tooth comb. This YouTuber by the name of Dogpack404 has been dropping these documentary-type video pieces, exposing MrBeast in a myriad of ways. However, this third video titled MrBeast's Secret CEO seems to be more like a Kingdom Hearts 2.5 situation here. It's not the official third video. It sounds like he's holding on to some ammunition and waiting for Jimmy to respond. But the information that is in this video is still pretty incriminating and pretty damning. And in case you guys haven't seen it, I'll give you a quick TLDR. But you should watch the video, itself and its source material so you can get all the information. The video starts with Dogpack basically saying that this isn't the official third video, as I said before, and that he's still sitting on a lot of incriminating information when it comes to MrBeast. This video goes into detail about 2 specific people within Jimmy's inner circle, the COO and the CEO, while also allowing anyone who has like more information to kind of like step forward and to confirm a lot of the allegations that were said in the video. The first guy mentioned is some guy by the name of James Warren, who apparently may be MrBeast's CEO and also his cousin. Dogpack looked into him and asserts that he's being accused of domestic violence, hitting his girlfriend, beating his dog, and offering drugs and escorts to employees of MrBeast to incentivize them to work overtime. Pause, but as an aside, but as you quickly kind of start watching this third video, you start realizing that the way that it's kind of being like compiled is a little bit strange. It's not as good as the first 2, and the way that he's delivering information feels to be a little bit confusing and convoluted, almost as if like there's information that's missing in the parts of this piece. It's very hard to follow, and it doesn't follow the same scheme as this last 2 videos. But with the strangely like new formatted video combined with like, the word allegedly being tossed around like every 2 seconds, it kind of makes it just a little bit of a weird experience to kind of understand what's happening here. It becomes a point where it's hard to kind of like determine like what's actual speculation or what's actually what he's claiming to be true, but he's just using the word allegedly to kind of like dodge accountability when it comes to like slander. Basically, and this might not even be his fault, but it feels like Dogpack is kind of chasing ghosts at the moment with this video. He claims that MrBeast and his team are trying to scrub and delete like information off the internet, and he's trying to connect the dots with the little dots that are left. The picture isn't 100% painted, and I'm guessing he's hoping that people with more information will come forward to help him to like, fill in the gaps of what it is that he's trying to cover. Another investigation into James Warren has to do with a Ponzi scheme that he may have heavily been involved in from his previous real estate job. To be honest, I don't know too much about this James Warren section. It feels like James Warren is being looked into in order to connect the dots with this other guy who actually kind of looks like a bad dude by the name of LaQuoya Hill. LaQuoya Hill was a former COO at MrBeast companies and was accused of sexual assault at one point in time, but somehow he was later not only rehired, but also promoted within the company. This part was much more damning in my opinion compared to the James Warren case and probably needs looking into. The rehiring of LaQuoya Hill combined with some of the other sketchy hires we've seen, like that guy Delaware with a criminal history towards children, turns his hiring strategies from like just a simple mistake to what looks like now in a pattern. This LaQuoya guy does seem a bit sus, and if his involvement is true, then it is pretty damning. Third part of the video deals with allegations from a worker who basically described the work culture as toxic and not inviting for women. This includes insanely sexist behavior from the team, talking about how they'd have sex with women when they left the office, the employee handbook not existing because the head of HR is MrBeast's mom. Apparently, not only are these things actively happening with Jimmy's company, but the anonymous worker is claiming that MrBeast and the team have been alerted to SA and instead chose to keep it quiet and cover up the assault. Last but not least, but Dogpack brings attention to Maddie, MrBeast's ex, who essentially talked about how she was mistreated in her past relationship with a guy who's not MrBeast, but is probably MrBeast. I'm personally not going to go too much into this one because like when it comes to like relationships, guys, at least in my opinion, like you know how it works, right? There's like, you know, his truth, her truth, and like the full truth. There's obviously bias because, you know, they are an ex, so it was a failed relationship kind of situation. And the biggest thing I think, in my opinion, is like we're looking at some serious, harsh allegations, right? When it comes to Jimmy and the people in his circle. So I don't really care too much about his, you know, prior relationship with an ex, unless he was doing some heinous things. My guess is this is a way to kind of like, you know, give a testament to Jimmy's character. And if his ex can basically essentially say like he's not a good dude, then people can start leaning into this MrBeast is a bad guy kind of narrative while also talking about everything that's happening with his company. I just feel like it's probably like it's relevant, but it's also kind of not relevant at the same time. You have to be careful when you're kind of bringing in people's personal relationships because there's always two sides to the story. Not trying to discount Maddie or her situation whatsoever, just kind of saying like full big picture here. Like so far, this is just accusations from everybody, and Jimmy has yet to do anything except for hire freaking Harvey Specter from Suits to basically, you know, keep Dogpack from saying more stuff. But yeah, guys, that's the long and short of the Dogpack video. Again, I encourage you guys to watch the entirety of the thing. I do think that the public sentiment about this video was that it fell a little bit short and that he's still sitting on a lot of ammunition, but also just waiting for Jimmy to respond. And while the presentation of the video might not be the best, a lot of the content was still important to understand. It's getting down to the point now where we're getting to the third video and people are wondering, what's the smoking gun? Okay, we're talking about all the involvements and the bad things, but what's the thing that's going to bury Jimmy if it does exist? And if he's sitting on it, why is he, you know, waiting? Like, I mean, if the evidence is, you know, clear enough, then and Jimmy can't refute it, then in my opinion, you just kind of drop the bomb and you kind of let it go. But I don't know, it looks like he's playing a little bit of strategy here. And also Jimmy might be getting attacked from multiple sides here, from multiple journalists as well. So it just, the bombardment of MrBeast and his company has not ended. But yeah, guys, that's the long and short of it when it comes to the Dogpack's new 2.5 video. There's still going to be the third one to drop. So when that does come out, or any of the other articles that might be coming out from other journalist companies, I'll let you guys know and keep you updated. The next thing we need to talk about is this oopsie whoopsie from H3H3 Productions. You guys sent me a clip from one of their most recent podcasts where they were kind of like recording. Is that Bo Black sitting on the desk? I think it is. And it's the Honorable Judge Klein, City of Fupa, H3 Podcast Courts. If you guys don't know H3 Productions, this is H3H3. That's Ethan Klein, his wife on the side. They're, you know, a commentary channel that talk about things together live on a show, okay? He's been in a lot of controversy over the past couple of years. He's a pretty OG YouTuber. You either hate him or love him kind of situation. He's been involved in a lot of drama. That's kind of what all you really need to know about these guys. But yeah, there's a clip that's circulating here that people are talking about, saying like, uh-oh, he probably was supposed to cut off his mic before he started potentially berating an employee. And you know, I haven't seen it yet, so let's just go in blind and we'll just kind of react to it as it happens.
We got 10 minutes. Do we watch this?
Like, I have this new
Final
clip thing where,
words
like, I have a Discord and people,
me.
like, people that join my course, they can use they get access to
Why?
it.
Cover most of
You're
it.
doing it.
What are you
Making it
doing?
so awkward and terrible.
I'm sorry, I'm not.
Just like, this is what I'm talking about when it's always like,
We need to get home for our kids.
it's like, bro.
Oh no, I didn't want to finish it right now. I just talking about finishing
On
Wednesday.
Friday, maybe. Is it? You guys, like.
All right, I'm taking my hand off the. All right. Should we wrap it up?
Let's wrap it up.
What? Ay.
What? Okay. All right. Should we wrap it up?
Let's wrap it up.
I'm just gonna pause. I'm a little confused with what's happening so far. All I've heard so far is like, you know, he was saying like, hey, we need to go back home to our kids, and they got 10 minutes. I'm guessing the show is overextending its limit. But I didn't hear what he said outside of kind of like, it sounds like he was complaining about something, but I'm guessing it's gonna go further into it still if you keep listening.
What? Ay.
What? Okay,
I heard
well,
all that.
thanks, Button.
All right.
Well, I'll just explain myself then. Like, it's like, you know, first of all, I appreciate the hard work.
I know
you've
you
done,
do.
and
I
I
know.
loved it, and I really enjoy it. But it's like every time we do it, it's like the show is what it is, and
I know.
it makes it.
I was being selfish.
No, f it, dude, that Button me, dude. Can you imagine that button fucking me over like that? Like, dude, I mean, it could have been worse. What kind of button is this, bro? Who's getting?
We had
What's with the button
technical issues
people?
earlier. We had technical issues earlier, and it screwed some stuff up. I was running around in the back trying to fix everything, and I don't know. I guess that was still glitched out. It didn't work.
And
Bro, how am I ever going to
basically
trust the button? We need a button redundancy.
We need a button for the button.
Ugh.
Apologies.
All right.
So it sounds like the button is the mute button. That's what I think I'm hearing about this. And he tried to mute and then like basically kind of like, I guess, reprimand his editor, one of the, I can't remember his co-host's name. All right, so I think I might have found the explanation to it. Okay, there's this tweet here from H3H3 Snark saying, some people are asking what the button is. We are training on popular. Please upvote to keep it going. Ethan purchased a 20,000 live stream disruptor button last year. It's a live stream lag that can block part of the live stream at the push of a button so you can stop the obnoxious things he says from being public. It was bought to help him avoid getting canceled and prevent the show from losing more sponsors after saying he hopes Ben Shapiro gets gas for the first Holocaust. Today, it glitched and let audio that was supposed to be blocked go through. Okay, so that's what the button is. Now I understand. It's the ejectocito mute button. The hey brother, hey, I need you to get your shit together. Hey, and we are back to the show button. There's context leading up to this clip and after the clip, but this says these are the also the notes. This is not the first time Ethan has been rude to his employee AB Ayad behind his button. Ethan and Gila mocked and dogpiled on AP's tattoos not 2 weeks ago. Here's Ethan in the past Friday talking about how he has tension with his now employee Sam Temple. She quit 2 months ago. Another employee, Cam Grants, quit earlier this year. Another employee, Ian Slater, is on a month-long hiatus and fans speculate he won't be returning. A current employee, Olivia Lopes, had her intelligence assaulted behind Ethan's paywall stream for retweeting support of Palestine. Ethan once said he watched Gila crack the whip on a new hire at Teddy Fresh so badly it scared the F out of him. Everyone knows not to cross her. So, yeah, I guess another... Man, if y'all turn H3H3, Ethan Klein, and Gila into another MrBeast, and people start coming out being like, the truth about H3H3 Productions, oh my God. I can't. 2024 is too much already. But guys, pause. Have you ever been in a car accident? Because you guys know that I have, and yeah, it sucked. Especially if you get hurt, because then you got to figure out how you're going to pay for all of these expensive medical bills while trying to manage your own injuries at the same time. It's exhausting, it's tiring, but that's exactly where Morgan & Morgan comes in. Contacting a personal injury attorney should be your first step when it comes to any kind of car accident. It's a no-brainer, and it costs you nothing unless you win. You have nothing to lose, and a firm like Morgan & Morgan can quickly determine if you have a case. And when they do have a case, they don't settle for lowball offers. Morgan & Morgan have achieved significant verdicts in the past few months for victims involved in life-altering car crashes. Yours might be worth millions as well. There's no need for you to visit law offices and sit through long consultations. You can submit a claim and have a lawyer review your case with only 8 clicks on your phone. And from there, you can upload documents, medical records, and text your attorney and legal team throughout the duration of the case. LDR, you just got into a car accident and your current and future health are at stake. An instant call to Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, may be all you need to get the compensation that you deserve. If you ever got seriously injured, your case could be worth millions and you're only a few clicks away from potentially changing your life. You can start your claim now with Morgan & Morgan at https://forthepeople.com/omni, found in the description, or by scanning the QR code on screen from your phone's camera. And again, special thanks to Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring today's video. So guys, quick update when it comes to Logan Paul. The last time we talked about him, we talked about how CoffeeZilla was basically, letting the entire world know that he was getting sued by Logan Paul. CoffeeZilla being the guy that brought everyone the awareness of this whole crypto zoo scheme that was going on with NFTs, brought awareness to it, got Logan Paul to admit that he was a great detective and that he was actually helping the case and helping the victims of these people of this crypto zoo scheme to get their money. And then my man's came at freaking CoffeeZilla with a freaking lawsuit. Well, now not only is there a potential class action lawsuit against Logan Paul for this whole crypto zoo thing that's still kind of going and pending in the background, but Mans is being sued not once, but he has a second lawsuit as well. One from the Olympic community and then one from his manufacturing company, the people that makes his bottles for Prime. Most of you guys already know this, but Logan Paul and KSI, they got into business a few years back and they made an energy drink called Prime. There's been a lot of controversy with Prime, especially like the fact that apparently it has like crazy amounts of sugar. There's different versions of it as well, but it's been a huge success. I think it's become like the official drink for like certain companies. It's a success. However, apparently it might not be doing so well as of the past couple of months or year. This Vulture article by Alejandra said Logan Paul's next fight is against the U.S. Olympic Committee. The U.S. Olympic Committee has filed a lawsuit on Friday in Washington, D.C. against the YouTuber for reportedly using the words Olympic and Team USA on his beverage, Prime Hydration reports the New York Times. It's that big. We got the New York Times talking about this. Coca-Cola has exclusive rights to use Olympic trademarks on beverages in the States, and Paul's brand was not permitted to use it on their sports/energy drink, specifically their latest collaboration with Olympian Kevin Durant. Labels on the bottle contain phrases like "What makes a true Olympian?" repping Team USA, and 3 times Olympic gold medalist and counting. The Olympic Committee lawyer tells the Times that they had previously requested them to stop using the trademarks. However, they claim that the warnings were ignored, and then as of July 22nd, Prime's social media pages do not feature Durant's collaboration. However, some stores still carry the beverage. So apparently there's a Prime specific drink that's not an Olympic Committee drink, but looks very closely like it. Let me see if I can find it real fast. So here it is. Here's the Prime drink. You got Kevin Durant right here with IShowSpeed and Logan Paul holding the drink. There's a star. It does it look Olympic-ish? Yeah, but does it break the trademark? I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not exactly sure I can say, but I do know a lawyer that can say. That's right. We have Legal Eagle, who actually dropped a video talking about both of these lawsuits here. Legal Eagle, if you guys don't know, is like the biggest lawyer on YouTube who talks about a lot of situations that have to do with, you know, lawyer stuff and lawsuits. He did talk about this one. Go ahead and watch the video, but I'll play a quick clip where he basically talks about the drink, and I want to see if he gives like a suggestion as to if this is going to be something where it's going to be trademark and he's going to get sued and he's screwed, or is he okay? I'm curious.
As you probably know, a trademark can be any word, phrase, symbol, design, or combination of these things that identifies goods or services. The purpose of U.S. trademark law is to allow consumers to easily identify producers of goods and services and avoid confusion. And because of that—
Just pause as an aside. And we talked about this, I think 2 days ago, the very demure, very person who basically got their content trademarked. So we're kind of like up in the same ballpark of trademark law. You can have the ownership for a phrase or a thing or an item. You guys get it, just in case you didn't, but just kind of showing some of the similarities here.
That a trademark can last indefinitely so long as the user is using it in commerce. Unlike copyright or patent law, which eventually expires. Now, with respect to the Olympic Games, for decades, brands have known that when consumers see a product with the words Team USA or the image of a popular athlete, they are more willing to buy it. And so if a company wants in on the US Olympic glory, it has to become a licensee of the USOPC. And the USOPC gets to decide who can use those trademarks and where they appear. So for example, if you see a Wheaties box featuring Katie Ledecky or Simone Biles with the words "Go for the gold," that's because Wheaties paid for a license. And lots of companies work with the USOPC, such as Coca-Cola, Polo, Eli Lilly, Cisco, Warner Brothers, Delta, Fanatics, and Visa. And of course, Prime is not on that list because it never negotiated a license. However, the label on the bottle of Prime's Kevin Durant-themed hydration drink features Durant's name emblazoned above a curiously patriotic-looking Prime logo. The bottle also talks up Durant as the 3x Olympic gold medalist and counting. The text says when Katie steps on the court, he's going for gold. And the complete features lots—
So I think we can kind of see this, right? Like, it sounds like they just didn't have the ability to actually make their drink Olympic, right? They didn't have that permission. So they were like, how do we do it without doing it? Like, how do we legally make our drink look as closely as possible like it's associated with the Olympics without it quite literally being Olympics, using a lot of the trigger words like the word gold and using Kevin Durant, who was somebody who participated in the Olympics, and changing the colors and the scheme. Essentially, the average consumer is just going to probably assume like, oh wow, the Prime drink is now having their own Olympic, you know, section and flavor of drink, but officially they don't. So it looks like they doing a little bit of the, you know, they wiggling around here.
For example, quote, Prime Hydration provided ad copy to stores selling the infringing product that prominently used the Olympic marks, using the word Olympic 6 times in ad copy, including 2 uses of Kevin Durant Olympic Prime drink.
Whoa. They Olympic 6 times, okay? They got Kevin Durant Olympic, celebrate greatness with a Durant Olympic Prime drink, Olympic achievements. So it looks like they're using the word Olympic as opposed to the Olympics. I mean, again, I'm not a lawyer, so I can't say, but it does look a little sus. It does look like that Prime was dancing around the line of, hey, we can't be sponsored by the Olympics, but we can say the word when it comes to sponsoring our drink.
Now, I found this to be fascinating because not only does the USOPC have the rights to the trademark, by right of trademark law, but they actually got it written into law. 36 U.S. Code 220506 grants the U.S. Olympic Committee exclusive rights to the name, seals, emblems, badges, all of that associated with the Olympics, including the name, the United States Olympic and Paralympic Committee, and the symbol of the International Olympic Committee, as well as related words and phrases, including Olympics, Olympiad, and
So there we go. That was the question I just had here. By the way, guys, Legal Eagle is an amazing YouTuber, so please come over to his channel and subscribe if you guys are curious about, you know, just a lawyer's view on a lot of the takes. I'm surprised he hasn't reviewed the whole situation that's happening with that TikTok girl that was basically got trademarked. He probably will in the future is my guess. But yeah, the words Olympic, Olympiad, Centrius, Alias Furious, Paralympic, Paralympiad, Pan American, all of this stuff seems to be trademarked by the United States Olympic Committee.
And the law says that the Olympic Committee can bring a civil lawsuit under the Trademark Act of 1946 against a person who, without the committee's consent, uses the Olympics-related symbols, emblems, and words mentioned earlier for the purpose of trade to induce the sale of any goods or services, or to promote any theatrical exhibition, athletic performance, or competition. And so the USOPC is seeking all the profits associated with the sale of Prime, which the committee claims is in the millions of dollars. It also wants damages for harm imposed on its sponsorship agreements with its licensees. But Prime has yet to respond to the lawsuit, possibly because it's busy fighting another major lawsuit.
So yeah, that was, good Lord, that was very freaking educational, man. Good Lord. If you guys are, somebody as me who's like kind of like in that field, like I'm an accountant, CPA. So when I was growing up and I was in college, right, it was either be a lawyer, be an accountant, or be an investor, go into like stock markets and hedge funds kind of things. And a lawyer was one of the kind of gigs, but there's like the bar for the CPA. There's an exam that you have to take with the CPA that people basically say are just equally as difficult. Two sides of like kind of a coin when it comes to accountants and lawyers. They kind of have similar lifestyles. But yeah, that was the biggest lawsuit when it came to the Olympic community. There's also another lawsuit that's happening with his manufacturing company as well. The guys that help make the bottles. I won't go into the nitty gritty detail of that because my guess is you don't really care. All you need to know is that the guys that make the drink Prime were basically suing them because there were some disagreements when it came to the contracts. It looks like there was again some workarounds and some loopholes. Delivery of the bottles combined with the fact that Prime drinks haven't been selling as well seems to have kind of messed some of the agreements up. There's a lot more that goes into it. You guys can watch Legal Eagle's video on it. All you really need to know is that Logan Paul and Prime Drink, they're getting sued by multiple people. These are just only like 2 or 3 of the lawsuits that are currently coming out against Logan Paul, but I'm sure there is a lot more on the way. All right, guys, that's all I have for today's video. Okay, I got a video for you guys tomorrow, and I might have one for you on Saturday as well. If you made it to the end, again, as a reminder, if you didn't already, can you drop that like on the video? It means the world to me, and it helps me out a lot. And subscribe if you guys are enjoying the channel. I love you guys. Y'all take it easy, brush your teeth, and peace.